Zohar quotes an interesting question in the name of Rabbi Hershy. The question is, at the future era of Tchias HaMesim, resurrection of the dead, if everybody is going to be resurrected, all those that lived be resurrected, big question comes up. Sometimes you know the concept of Gilgul HaNeshamas, where we have a soul lives in this world, leaves the body, passes away, and then the soul is reincarnated and comes down again into another body. And the obvious question is, both bodies passed away, and both bodies are going to be resurrected. Seemingly, if everybody's resurrected, both bodies are going to be resurrected. The problem is we had one soul that was first in this body and then came to the next body. What's going to be, where's the soul going to go? Or maybe just one of them is going to resurrect, and how are you going to decide which one it should go to? What's going to happen? This sounds like it's creating a very big confusion. The Zohar explains an answer in the name of Rabbi Yossi, and the Arizal interprets Rabbi Yossi's explanation as follows. The Arizal explains that the reason why a soul comes down more than once is every time the soul comes down, there's a tikkun, there's a correction that's needed for the soul, or there's a certain mission that the soul needs to complete, which perhaps that is its perfection by performing its task, its mission. And if it came down into one body and it left, if it had to come back, it means there was another part of its soul that wasn't activated properly, it wasn't put to use properly, or it wasn't completed properly, or it wasn't, it didn't get its proper tikkun. And therefore, the experience of the soul in the body number one is not the same experience of the soul in body number two. This was focused on one part of the soul, the completion of one part of the soul, and the second time the soul came down was focused on the completion of another part of the soul. That being the case, because the soul kind of had two missions in two different bodies which activated two parts of the soul, therefore what's going to happen is the soul is actually going to split. The part of the soul that was invested and whatever transformation happened during the first lifetime, that's the part of the soul that's going to be connected to that body. And the part of the soul that came back down to bring correction to that part of the soul, and the second time, that part will stay with that body, because each body will get the part that really lived with, that really kind of have its life with for that purpose. And it's not such a question to say, well, what happened? How can you say that about a soul? It's going to be split. It's not really such a question, because we find that Kabbalistically, we find that in many times, in many different ways, that a soul can be split and still be a whole soul, because we know every soul is made up of all the other parts of the soul. We know that in Sfira Samar we say Chesed Shebechesed, Gvura Shebechesed, Tiferet Shebechesed. Everything is made up of everything else. So every part of the soul really is considered a complete soul, because it really includes within it all the parts of the soul, and therefore a soul can be split into two. And more than that, we find that when it talks about we have a concept of a general soul, we're sometimes even referring to the ultimate general soul, sometimes referred to as Adam. Adam was considered a general soul, which really included all the souls of all time. So we have a concept of a general soul, which includes many souls. And same to here, this soul that came down as a second time, in some senses, in this form, is considered a more of a general soul, and it's split. And I think today, in science as well, we have a little bit of such a concept of, I think it's called a division of the cells or something. So we have a cell that kind of divides into two. Maybe there's some kind of connection between those two ideas, but that's basically the answer, that both bodies will be getting up and they will both have a part of their original soul.